Right. I mean, I think we kind of use it. We use Salesforce CRM, doing just certain like me and Val and operations do tasks in the business. So we kind of use that Salesforce CRM working in the business, and then 90 with Cohen working on the business. So I kind of split up. A lot of my finance work will stay in that 90. I can do metrics in there. I'll have my to-dos in there because there's not really any in Salesforce. There's no like I can't do like the finance task and like to-dos and keep track of them there. So it's a nice way for me to separate kind of that leadership role and then the investment role where I can work in the business and the clients. Um, yeah, and just it keeps me accountable. It keeps me on track. And it was a struggle to start using it, using the split roles, but I think it's kind of saved me. Because I feel like I used to miss a lot of the finance stuff when I started in the investment role. But yeah, no, it's a nice way to compartmentalize. Yeah, so I started here when I in 2020, and I came from like a accounting background in audit, and so I knew how to work Excel and everything. And then I came here, I started kind of showing Gavin what I could do in Excel, and he's like, "Oh, yeah." So he kind of got me that finance role, kind of started showing me numbers, which was really cool. Just at that young age, getting in the business like that, and I had an idea of what to do, but I think going to those quarterly and annual meetings, just I don't think anyone who has a vision really knows exactly how to run a company. I think it's really hard getting that vision into reality. And I just see those quarterly meetings kind of just dissecting the business and dissecting the P&L and how it should be presented and how it can be helpful for everyone to look at. Because I definitely, looking at today, I mean, we're always pushing forward, really growth oriented. So we never looked back. And what we do a lot with Cohen is look back at how far we've come, the progress we've made, and it's been really, really cool. Yeah, so Jeff and Gavin, like, big vision, especially Gavin, visionary, and they'll push it as far as they can go. And so I just have to be sure that we can fund these different expansions and new hires and everything, because they want to grow this thing. They have a big vision for this firm, and I think just Gavin will ask me some of the decisions he's making, like, John Eric, because I'm going to do it. Can we make it? Can we like keep funding the operations, keep funding everything, and continue to give everyone raises, pay everyone right? And sometimes I hate to do it, but you have to just say no. We can't. We got to pause. We got to stop. And I think that's where it's evolved. Just making sure that vision they have, we can properly operate and fund it, and with those projections and its revenue. Expenses are going up, but the way we get paid and everything, it's kind of flows. Sometimes quarterly, it's different. So you can kind of get lost in, all right, we got this big paycheck, we got to fund all these different stuff, we got to pay the owners, most importantly, and that money can just dry out. So you got to make sure that your cash flow is going. You know what your expenses are the next 12 months. And you just know what the expectations are, and you set those goals that we set on the annual. We set our sales goals, what we're going to do this coming year, and most of my projections, everything is based off of us either exceeding those goals, meeting that baseline, or being beneath it. And yeah, that's what I look at. We just got to make sure that we're not really just burning too much cash and not expanding too much. I mean, I want to expand as much as we can, but there has to be a upper limit. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, working in like kind of accounting, I never saw the like importance in like marketing or anything. I was like, you don't need that. You just gotta do work hard and just sell and do your business. And now, just through all these, the realizing the importance of marketing, like how big that is. That's one of like one of the pinnacles of the business, is getting out there, getting leads, getting people. I didn't understand that beforehand. I think some of what you showed us and reaching out to people, getting clients. I mean, the growth that brings to the business is way more than just the internal, what you do internally. So I didn't realize the importance of all these things and the issues that come up when these things aren't right, especially HR, things like just employees, they have their own issues and everything, and you see these issues come up in these meetings. People get pretty heated about it. So it's been pretty cool to see, and just working under Jeff and Gavin. Like I said, they brought me in. I got to see all these cool things at a really young age, how business owners act, how the business runs. That was a really good experience. I don't think most people get. And getting to these annual meetings, I mean, one of the cool things we do is we'll bring people down to interns to the annual meetings to learn about how this business runs. Because I don't think any internship I've had, there's no interns. Like low-level employees aren't at those type of meetings. I think it's a really cool experience for young people to learn about how to you bring a vision into reality over time, and it's been really cool, really good for me. Like I said earlier, most small business owners have a vision. It's really hard to bring that to reality because no one knows the bumps in the road that you're going to come to. And having a third party outside the business who can see it from like the whole business and look from a 30,000 foot view and look at all the issues and the operations that we're maybe looking over, and we don't see those cracks, and having someone look at those and be like, you're not seeing this right here. This is this is how you need to think about this part. And then one of the things I believe is really important is reflecting on those past quarters and reflecting with you on having that accountability. Like, hey, I didn't have a good quarter. Like, I didn't do great, and it's put on show in those meetings. Like you'll know. And like I have a sticky note on my computer of like, how did you feel at the last quarterly? I said, I felt unprepared. Because I mean, it's like a little gut check. Like, I didn't do the best I could, and I don't think this business would be where it is if we hadn't started with 90 going. Just the incredible growth, and then just reflecting, and everyone's held accountable to their job. I think they're bringing different intensity to the room than we typically have. Sometimes I think our culture, we have a fun culture, right? But sometimes we need somebody to kind of put the foot down and be like, hey, get serious. This is real, and you got to get after it. So I think that's a big part. And then the relationship has grown. I can see through you, Jeff, and Gavin. I mean, with calls y'all have, the questions that they need to go to you for. I mean, you're just a big soundboard for them to bounce ideas off of. And I think y'all have a relationship where you can be truly honest with them and say, that's stupid, or like that, like you should like think twice about that. I think y'all have just fostered a really, really nice relationship, especially like I love going to those quarterly and annual meetings. It's really good for my personal growth and growth in the business. Yeah, I think it's been great. I think it's a great fit.